Do you play mobile games? I feel like there's a 50-50 chance that your answer is yes. And if it's yes, I'd bet that it's more than one that theoretically needs your attention daily. And if your answer was no, I'd guess it's from your lack of interest in gacha games. Because honestly, that's like the biggest market in the mobile game scene outside of Call of Duty Mobile and Fortnite.
A few months ago, I bought this thing for a singular game. Nah, let me rephrase that. A few months ago, I spent $70 so I could begin throwing money at a singular game, on top of my 2 others that I currently throw money at.
I might have a problem.
I have a very weird relationship with mobile games. I'm not all that supportive of their models, but I'm just fascinated by what they've become over the years. Thinking back to the early days of Angry Bird, to the recent release of Final Fantasy's the third-person shooter. Is that right?
For all my no's, if you're still out there, as long as you can appreciate, you know, the finer things in life, I think it's reasonable to speak for everybody. When I say this shit looks fire, oh my god.
But outside of all this, still haven't told you what game I bought this thing for. It's funny, but it all begins with my YouTube channel name. Megaman. So check it. There's this dude named Jammer. And I added the 3.
That's so crazy, dude.
Mega Man X Dive was brought to my attention around the beginning of this year. And when I saw that it was about to be released globally, bro, I had to take action. Doing minimal research to see if the game would even support this $70 thing that I was buying, I had already clicked buy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got antsy. Within minutes, I'm mesmerized. The nostalgic dopamine was hitting me like a truck. I played Mega Man Battle Network for Blue Moon no less than 50 times as a kid. Bro, I would beat the game and without hesitation, reset and do it again. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
I might have gotten a little too wild, but you know, it's all good. Mega Man X Dive is obviously more on the Mega Man X side of gameplay, but man, at this point, I was ready to take anything Mega Man related. And sadly, I say this without having purchased Mega Man 11, but it's just like I'm really more invested and I really want Battle Network, not Mega Man, you know? Honestly, I had some trouble getting this dang thing to work with Mega Man X Dive, but after some YouTubing, a little troubleshooting, I did get it to work. And I'm telling you, man, you don't play this game without something like this, whether you're using a controller or this little gamepad thing.
Which leads into my one big issue with mobile gaming: controllability. You're trying to tell me that I gotta use my screen to play a game like this? You're insane. That's why I had to cop this thing. It came with a case, which is cool and helpful, but bro, it's just not enough. I would still take it over having to lug around, you know, a console controller. I mean, that's kind of why I went with the gamepad over a phone clip, but PS4 controller or the gamepad. Regardless of your choice, you have to deal with bulk.
Did somebody say bulky?
I did?
Sounds like a problem I can fix.
Wait, what?
Tired of that bulky brick you keep carrying around? Well, the Ridge wallet might be your answer.
Honestly, boys, when the Ridge reached out to me, it was perfect timing. I was just about to go on a 2-week road trip from Pennsylvania to San Diego, and I took the initiative to debug. That wasn't funny?
It was alright.
I'll stick to the script. I'm not going back. For a minute now, I've been wanting to change, bro. I don't like the fatness of this wallet. And I wear like slim fit jeans, so when I put this in my pocket, it is bulging. And it was perfect, bro. I took this opportunity to give this Ridge wallet a test ride, and I'm telling you, I fell in love. Since I don't use cash, it was a very easy transition for me, but what I really like about it is like the sleek and futuristic design that it has. My only gripe is getting the cards out can be a little bit tricky, but once you get used to it, it's really not that bad. Be sure to check out my custom link in the description and use code JAMMER with the 3 for 10% off your order. But wait, actually, the Ridge reached out to me and told me until December 7th, my code has 15% off power. Value, whatever. But with that being said, now back to the show.
Man, I hate when these games have such high speed, flashiness, and cool gameplay, because the struggle of gaming on my phone is really just with the controllability. By the way, anyone know if that's a real word? But at the same time, it's those type of games that made me develop an admiration for the mobile gaming scene. The ones that continue to break the barriers as to what a mobile game can be.
I think I've played Genshin on my phone like 3 times. Annoyingly enough, the gamepad isn't supported, so that's not changing. But I'm still gonna refer to Genshin Impact as a mobile game, because at the end of the day, it needs to run on the phone before it can run anywhere else. But admiration or not, it is games like this that provide peak mobile gaming experiences. Anywhere I am, with no need to lug around additional accessories, I can get lost in what's basically a game of chess on crack. Your standard unit or turn-based mobile game at its core is simple, but deep if we look at the mechanics. It gets technical, and that's the addiction.
They drop a unit, and either the game is from an existing IP, so you know it might be your favorite character, or the developers are character design geniuses and just know how to garner interest. Topped with a one-handed, low-stress type of gameplay, that being turn-based and highly tactical. You give me that, and I'm gonna be on that bitch every damn day. Think about it. Like, it's just too easy. I wake up, pick up my phone, and hit the sticks. I'ma just be honest. Like, I have been playing Mega Man X Dive on and off, but it's nowhere near as much as I would like to. The controller helps, but it's just a whole process to play. You know, when I can just open up Pokemon Masters. This is also the style of my first gacha game I became addicted to, Digimon Linkz. Interestingly enough, I played JP Linkz for the longest time, and I never spent a dime. Mainly because I didn't have any money, but still, I got by easily without money. But then Global released, and it was literally a banner every 2 weeks. So, I don't know, it was just interesting, the two differences between the regions. Honestly, I think I dropped a very small amount, because again, I didn't have money to spend. But overall, Digimon Linkz was legit the next best thing at the time after Cyber Sleuth. So man, at that point, I was free. I downloaded it for free, so I was fine putting in a little bit of cash, you know what I'm saying? The models were 1-to-1, so even just looking at it gave you a slight feeling like you were playing Cyber Sleuth. Rear Rise is just not my cup of tea, while New Century looks like Linkz and Rear Rise combined, which is actually great.
But I'm still trying to get access. Let's not forget, my preferred Mega Man game is the Battle Network series. So at the end of the day, I might be hyping and talking about X Dive, but theoretically speaking, I'm looking for a new console game. I just don't really have any other options besides Mega Man 11. But why does that have to be the case, man? There's no indication that Battle Network wouldn't do well. Just remake them, remaster them, and then see what goes on, bro. Come on, please. But this ordeal leads into another topic when I think of mobile gaming. Is creating a mobile game the lazy or smart route?
Before we get into things, man, I'm mainly looking at the Japanese or Eastern style of mobile games. Call of Duty, Fortnite, they're probably the front runners when we think of revenue, but they're just like shrunken down experiences of what you can already play on a console. Fortnite being completely one-to-one. On the other hand, I don't think I need to explain why I'm not concerned about the casual styled mobile games. Those would honestly fall under the category of being peak mobile gaming experiences due to their simplicity and accessibility. So, getting back to our main topic, I always give Genshin Impact an enormous amount of respect. The game, at the end of the day, is free to play. And unlike all these other free to play games we've mentioned thus far, it's on a different scale. High quality animations and visuals, despite how basic they might be, topped with an ever expanding open world, packed with countless hours of exploration and mystery to uncover, at no required cost. Man, it's a risky route, because if your game doesn't stick and you can't create an interest to spend, you're shit out of luck. All that money invested with no guaranteed return because it's free to play. But on the flip side, we've seen just how powerful a properly well-made free-to-play open world gacha game can benefit. So I ask again, is this lazy or smart?
Have y'all ever wondered about the whole games as a service? Like, where did it start? How did it even start? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the answer is MMOs. But it was mobile games that really adopted it and pushed it and made it a, noticeable new type of model. And that's how we saw it eventually trickle into console games. Fun fact. In the past, I've had discussions around the whole concept of like, could a mobile game take place for a standard game from being made? With the reasoning that like making the mobile games would be easier and more profitable. And that's kind of the first thing I had in my mind when I saw Mega Man X Dive. But I just labeled some facts to think about. Mobile game success is not some cakewalk that you might think. Like, think about it. When's the last time you even bought a mobile game? The free-to-play model is the most common, with the microtransactions actually being what helps fuel the continued development.
They should use Mega Man X Dive to fund a new Battle Network game, please. But the tricky part is, you can try to use a mobile game to help bolster your sales, increase the revenue, or expand the IP, but if the game fails, you ultimately lose money. And now we're back to the drawing board.
Honestly, this video was just an excuse so I could talk about Mega Man and Mega Man X Dive. But now that I bought this thing, I was like, I should probably try to use it. And so another game that I gave a try was Punishing Gray Raven.
Bro, the quality of these mobile games is just ridiculous to me. I'm never gonna get over that. Punishing Gray Raven is an action-based gacha that has these crazy controls and another game that my gamepad works well with. This video has been in my head for months at this point, and the way that my thoughts came together around the same time that Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier dropped let me give it a try. And man, after playing that game, it literally reinforced my thoughts around how good mobile games can be. But, and that's a big but, the biggest hurdle that stops hardcore gamers from ever entering or even caring about this space is always going to be the environment, if you ask me. Because without my thing, I would not be talking like this. Think about it though, most of us have a controller. Even people without consoles still have controllers, but not that phone clip. But if you're like me, I'm only using these accessories in like a home setting. Maybe, I go somewhere else, but still at home versus on the go. Now, the last thing that I wanted to bring up comes back to the whole mobile gaming lazy talk.
It's been a while, but Mega Man continues to live rent-free in my head. So as soon as I saw X Dive, all I thought was, bruh, what about Battle Network, man? Oh my God, that's all I thought about. And then I started fighting some demons. And I was like, what if the only thing I can expect from the .exe franchise is a new unit that I gotta wail for? I don't want that. Will this be a trend? Mega Man is not the only somewhat dormant series to see this type of move. But with the current mobile game environment, I just can't see hardcore gamers making that transition. Buying this thing. Let me put it like this. Due to the insane accessibility of mobile phones in general, I can see us all trying out these games, but I just can't see myself taking something like Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier all that serious, despite the crazy quality that it has. Personally, I think game developers like making console games. Rainbow Fantasy, big name, Psy Games. Their whole resume is mobile centered, but they're expanding into console. I'm sure they're making bank off mobile, so why would they, you know what I'm saying? I feel like companies see the mobile market as like a side hustle. I don't know, that's just my perspective.
It's time for the games.
I got a lot of history in this space, man. And one thing I can tell you is these games with tight controls, more console-like experiences are not new by any means. Honestly, as soon as phones came to some, specific level to be able to handle these games started coming out. And remember, this is before you could connect the controller to a phone, right? Controllers weren't being made with that in mind yet. Why would they? So you had no other option but touch controls.
Mega Man X Dive, Punishing Gray Raven, Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier. They all play great. But bro, every time I play, I'm just like, I wish I could be playing this on an actual gaming device. Despite my long history with mobile gaming, I have never once felt at home. I'm specifically talking about smartphones. And the thing with that is, my phone is first and foremost for communication. So long gaming sessions on these more serious console-like games literally just feels weird. But on the contrary, the games that do feel at home, Digimon Linkz, Pokemon Masters, I could honestly play them all day. I guess until my stamina runs out, but you get the idea. So now I'm curious, do you guys feel similar about mobile gaming? Even the people that do play a lot of mobile games, do you feel at home? Talk to me, man. Because it's wild to me. There's a huge market for it. Really, because at the end of the day, we all have smartphones, so we're all potential customers. Call of Duty Mobile Esports had a stream like a couple years ago, bro, and I can't remember specifics, but bro, I'm telling you, I swear I seen 1 million concurrent viewers. It was insane. And either way, in 2020, they had a tournament with $1 million cash prize. So it's already wild. It's already crazy. I was browsing my order videos the other day and it dawned on me. Again, this is when this video fully came into fruition. But mobile gaming has been ingrained in my roots, bro. Handheld gaming specifically. But I've always just been fond of this space because of the accessibility. The Sony Ericsson Xperia Play will forever hold a place in my heart, man. One of the first phones made with physical buttons to game, and it played games flawlessly while struggling to do basic phone activities. It was great. I loved it. To end this off, I want to know what games you guys play on your phone. I know there's many of you out there that play various different types of games. We've talked whether it's Twitter or Discord. I've heard Honkai. I see some of y'all play Honkai, Girls Frontline, One Piece, Dragon Ball, bro. The list goes on and on. Ones that I've never heard of. And I'm also curious as to whether you think mobile gaming is a potential hindrance to getting new games for these IPs. Let me know. But other than that, that's all I gotta say. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Damn. Peace.